The Khajiit is here! The Khajiit is here! Let's get something done! Alright guys, round number 2. Today's Undaunted Daily Dungeon was Wayrest Sewers 2. So it's the one we're going to go do. If we can find it here on the list. Start again. Where is it? What do we got? Banished Cells, Grotto, Spider Clutch. Come on, I know you're in here somewhere. Oh, Sewers 2. 40 Bone Colossus, 350 zombies. Okay. Now we know. Let's go do it. My god. And that's why we love being a tank, man. 1 second queue time. Yup. So we know our Slayer. We already know there's a no death run, a time limit, and a hard mode. But the Slayer is always going to be the one that takes us the longest. It took us, what was it, 5 runs on Banished Cells to get those Slayers. So I'm guessing it's going to be about the same for this one.
Wayrest will burn.
And straight away here, you'll see me pull this guy up.
That was your opinion last night.
One out of the sewers.
Yes.
We'll try and get this one. We got the stun, but he didn't pull. I guess I moved too far back. Where's this guy going? Ah, man, we're following the NPC. I thought that was one of the DPS. So we come back to the group. I sort of just realised that my DPS hasn't even started yet. Here they come. Now the first time you do this dungeon, you want to do it on normal, just to get that mission out the way. You want to get that quest out of the way, you got to get that skill point anyway. But you don't want to miss out on a potential no death or a speed run or something because you are doing the quest still. So get that quest out of the way, and it also gives you a nice chance to explore the dungeon and experience the dungeon without any difficulty. Alright, so we'll see here, we're trying to get one of the DPS trigger this group, which is perfect, that's fine, we're in a rush. We managed to pull that guy up like the boss. He is getting blue beam protected. For some reason we don't interrupt him, the DPS smacks him over for us. We're just trying to take as much of the aggro as we can, we're trying to stab as many of these guys as we can. See, we stab that one, come back, we stab this one, giving them the low cut so they do less damage. And that's it, there's only 2 left. I thought they'd follow me. They didn't follow me, but we'll get this guy anyway. Come back and check on them. Here they come. So by the time they get here, we've got half the group to come up the stairs. Ideally, we want to get that skeleton that was at the top and take him down the bottom and group them all up down the bottom. The DPS didn't follow me as I thought they would. They decided they stayed there to clear out that whole first group first. It's fine. They're doing the right thing. I was just trying to rush them a bit. Trying to get that speed run. But it's all good. Minor details. It's just better off bring that skeleton down the bottom here, group them all up down the bottom here for your DPS, and wait for your DPS. Probably the most important thing there. And that's it, that's the first part of the dungeon. So if you really want, you can just run all the way to here, and then just fight all the ads at once. The DPS scoff on me there, the door opens, the ads are triggered, they're all coming into this tunnel that's working out perfectly. I'm trying to stab this Bone Colossus, but the skeletons are getting in the way. Just hold them here in this meteor. The ads are mounting like nothing. Give them back their stamina. Bone Colossus goes down. Alright, and that's Bone Colossus number 1. I keep trying to get the resources. All simple so far, all fun and games. Alright, here's our first boss. Now when coming up to the first boss, I will not go to the altars and press the button, because I want to know if they know to do it. If both of those guys knew to do it, it means we've got a good group, they know the mechanics, they know what they're doing.
Sir?
As you can see here with this group, I come in, I stand there and I wait to see if they go to the altars. They don't. They're all just standing behind me like, bro, you're the tank, bro. Get in there. Tank them. What are you doing? So that tells me they don't know the mechanics. So we're just going to quickly type it up here, explain the mechanics and carry on. There's no need to go on about it. You know, I hate it when I'm in a dungeon and someone is explaining the mechanics to me and they explain it so slowly and step by step and they try and walk you through it like you're a dumbass. Like you're in kindergarten or something. You know, you don't need all that. Bang, there it is. Yo, when she grabs somebody, break these altars. That's all you need to tell them. They don't need to know 50 steps on how to do that. You don't need to tell them, oh, keep 1 DPS on the left, 1 DPS on the right, healer in the middle, tank up the front there. And then that way when she grabs somebody, you're already there by the altar. They can figure that out. They'll either figure it out or they won't. Doesn't matter, you'll get through it. She puts these blue circles down in the ground and it's going to slow you down, it's going to make it harder for you to reach it. They're going to figure that out. Okay, look, here she grabs somebody, we run over to this altar, we break it. Both of them went to that altar. It tells me they both learnt the mechanic. Whole group knows the mechanic. Let's carry on. Good job, everyone. Nice, so we're back with our speedrun group now. Our tank build will be linked at the end. You see there she grabs me. It's perfect. He goes up those stairs. Everyone broke the other altar. We're down. We're carrying on. Nothing happened. They're both rangy DPS. They're staying back. They're staying out of the blue AOE circles, and they're just bursting it down from a range. Maybe we use that word bursting. Healer's doing a good job watching everybody. I've been grabbed again. They go to the altars. He fell down the stairs, but he still got there. It's alright. No harm, no foul. Stab, heavy attack, low attack, stab. Heavy attack, low slash, stab. That's my rotation. We don't need to put our buffs on. We're not getting hurt. Our health recovery is doing just fine. Snake goes down.
Found that piece. Let's get moving.
Sometimes there's a treasure chest just to the left there of the boss fight. Alright, so we're going to get a big group here. So our DPS got good AoE damage. We're going to get those zombies. We're going to trigger that mob. And most importantly, we're going to come down here and we're going to get this guy. We need those bone colossuses. The first couple of times I did this dungeon, I only got 2 bone colossus. And at that rate, I would have had to do the dungeon 20 times to get the 40 bone colossus. But I didn't know this one was in that tunnel. Now we know. Now you know. Now we all know. Now we've got that extra bone colossus. Now they've got all the ads rushed down the tunnel on them. I didn't want to go down there because if I went down there I would have dragged this bone colossus and a couple of ads that had stayed out here. I would have dragged them down on top of them as well. So we just kept the big bone colossus up here for them. Drag this last dude in. Alright, good job guys. Now, we want to go down here because we want to fight this boss too. So we're going to turn around, we're going to run down here. But before we trigger anything, because we're just a tank, we don't want to get swallowed. Make sure they're following us. They were following us, we can start the fight.
If we can...
In this instance, they're not following me. They're down there waiting for this boss fight like tank. What are you doing? The boss is over here, let's fight him. I'm like, bro, I'm sorry bro. Yeah, I got him for you. But I want to fight that guy, you guys want to fight this guy. So we're going to compromise, we're going to meet in the middle, and we're just going to take this guy to that guy and fight both guys. Sound fair? Sounds fair to me. Alright, so we can do that. Because we're the tank. If you're not the tank, you might have to try and convince your team to go down here and kill this one for you. 99% of the people will be absolutely fine with that and they'll come down here, especially if you ask them for help, they'll come down here and kill this guy for you.
There you go, if you're the tank.
If you're the tank, you don't even have to ask, you just do it. You're the big tank guy, you can do it. So we drag this guy all the way down here, which is beneficial to everybody. Because it also means we get to kill all those zombies down there. It counts towards our zombie slayer. We get to grab this boss, counts towards our bone colossus achievement. And this scorpion dude with the fires from hell, spreading his fire all over the place. In this room, the DPS have a bit more room to move around. There's a bit more space for them. So everybody wins. And besides, you know, fighting 2 bosses is kind of badass. Even if you're in one of the base game dungeons.
Gotta experiment.
So we're gonna run down here, we're gonna siphon those guys up for our DPS hopefully. Hopefully they got some of that stamina.
Which we needed 7, we got 2. This guy counts as 4.
I don't know if you can hear myself there, but we're gonna go show you here. We're gonna go to the achievements.
See, we're up 35 out of 40.
Our Colossus Slayer is 35 out of 40. Okay, so we need 5 more slaves. Right, but we figured this guy out. He counts as 4 bone colossuses. So that's why it's so important to come down here and kill this guy. We're just gonna pick up this double boss drop here real quick. We want all that stuff, all that stuff. We need all that stuff.
And now we're at 39.
Come back to achievements. Now we're at 39 out of 40. So he counts as 4.
Sometimes
I don't know. I mean, they could have rounded it up to 5 for us, but 4. We'll take 4. Right, and just after you do this boss, if you dragged your team down there, they killed that boss for you, say thank you. I mean, it's just a quick little gesture, but it goes a long, long way in a pug group. I just went from being the arsehole who dragged them down here to fight an extra boss for nothing, to, that dude needed some help. Sweet as bro, we don't mind helping you. But then I turn around and stuff it up again, because I grab this boss, and I try and tank him in this corner. And you can see instantly starts putting fire everywhere. The DPS are like, oh, bro, where am I supposed to stand? They're running around looking for a place to hide. So if you're going to tank this boss, bring him down the stairs. Do the right thing. I mean, as a matter of fact, take him back in that back room. There seems to be a lot more space back there. But at least bring him down the stairs, give your DPS some room, give him some space. And this guy tested for us. Give him a minute, there he goes. He puts negate on us. Did not negate the fire. What's up, Zoss? What's up with that? It says negate removes all harmful effects. Not the old flames of hell. See, so I try and apologise. I give them barrier there. They seem to be doing just fine though. The fire doesn't seem too hot for them. And you can see my recoveries there working overtime. Doing awesome. And also I've noticed if you do kill that bone colossus and this guy, it's probably the same for sewers number 1 as well. If you kill that additional boss, the doors never get jammed. Doors opened every time. Beautiful.
There he is. What's going on here?
They're here. They are not to proceed further, Garin. Do you hear me?
Alright, now this boss does have 2 mechanics. We're going to start off the usual. Spin him around. Give him a few heavy attacks, give him a few stabs, give him a low slash. And we're just waiting for the mechanic here. We'll get these rafts. They should start tuning up any minute now. Here they come. This is your number 1 concern as the tank, is to get these rafts. You don't want these rafts freezing your healer or your DPS. So make sure you can pull them into the boss. It's even better because then they're going to get killed from the AoE damage going on to the boss. So if you can suck them into the boss, that's better. If not, at least taunt them, get them shooting at you and not your healer and DPS. Now, blue squiggly lines of doom. Best way to survive those is barrier. Okay? So put barrier on your healer. Make your healer, as soon as they start doing that, have your healer do big heals or barrier. And then if he's not dead and he does it a second time, have the tank do his barrier. And then if he's still not dead, he does it a third time, hopefully the healer's got their barrier back, or their ultimate heals, whichever way they go. So just use your defensive ults. Maybe your Dragon Knight. You have a Dragon Knight tank. He'll have that Magnus shield he can pop, and it goes to everybody. Just use your ultimate heals. Ultimate defensive ults to get through that. So that's the hardest part of this dungeon. Is those blue squiggly lines of doom. You can see here we're just trying to stab as many things as we can. Interrupt his blue beam of shield there. Suck up the bodies. Do not wait for the end of the fight. Everybody waits till the end of the fight. Nah, they want that stamina now. He's got a stamina DPS, he needs that stamina mid-fight. He doesn't need it at the end of the fight, fight's over. Need it mid-fight. Suck up those corpses mid-fight, please. Alright, we're looking good. Alright, now, because you can try and drag that group of mob and just run straight to this boss. It gets a little messy though, I don't recommend it, because some of the casters and flame staff users will stay down the bottom there and they won't come up, so there's no point. You might as well kill them down there and then come up and fight this ghost. Now this ghost does have a very devastating attack, so you've got to make sure you keep that ghost. See, I ignored most of the ads. Come over here, I'm going to give them a barrier. Probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. If the ghost had shot off his ultimate attack during that time, I could have got them all killed right there. Luckily we didn't. There goes his ultimate attack. It sucked up the rest of my barrier. So his ultimate attack cancelled out my ultimate attack, but we survived. Now he's almost dead here, but he's going to do it again. Boom, there he goes. Sucked up half my life. Half killed me. If they did hit the rest of the group, they might have died. So make sure you keep him facing away from the group.
I've got ingredient.
And just make sure you're tough enough to handle their hit.
No, so we've got a group of zombies. Another group of zombies.
So we're triggering that group.
Infantry.
We're triggering that group. Got our last bone colossus. Smack him a few times, and we're going to trigger this next group too. That's a huge mob fight. Huge mob fight in the tunnel. Let's go. We're trying to hold this bone colossus here at the entrance. Letting the DPS know, hey, no, coming out. Get back in there. There goes our sunball. We just managed to get our ult up for that. As long as we keep that bone colossus off them, they should be fine. Take as much of the aggro as we can. We're going to stab as many different things as we can. But our main objective is just to keep that bone colossus still. Keep it off them. One's still in the tunnel fighting these guys, so we're going to start dragging these guys out of the tunnel so he can get back to the rest of the group. This guy's using his blue beam of shield, so we're going to try and stun him. We get the wrong one. We got him. There, it breaks that blue beam. Groups them all up. Oh, I tried to give them stamina. We got feared. We got promoted. We give them the stamina. Group fight's almost over. Veteran Colossus Slayer. That's the last one we needed. Boom. That's the hardest. Well, hardest. Yeah, let's just go ahead and say it. That's the hardest one of this dungeon. Definitely the most grindiest. I think I had to do this like 7-8 times to get that Colossus Slayer, because I didn't know I'll missed a big 4 Colossus at the boss fight there. Alright, so again we're just grabbing these zombies, coming back here to this tunnel entrance. It's kind of like I'm working for the other team there. Got my DPS sandwiched in an ambush pincher attack there for their champion, so they can handle it, smashing them all. You'll find, I think, we've done this dungeon 7 times, and 1 time we came in halfway through the dungeon, was almost finished.
Let's get this over
but
with.
Is our veteran zombie slayer. Even still, we're still going to whack these zombies because they count towards the zombie slayer if you haven't got it yet. Also, it gets them out of the way. Get them out of the way now, just in case, you know, you don't want them distracting your DPS during the boss fight. Although the bosses always go to the left, not the right, so I don't think that would ever happen. They'll never come into play. But still counts towards that zombie slayer achievement. You can see the other dude, 9 times out of 10, someone will go down there and trigger those zombies for the hard mode. This has got to be the easiest hard mode in all the dungeons.
I'm already out of stamina before the fight even starts.
Just a bunch of zombies. So he's taking out the zombies. The healer should stay with him. Make sure he's okay killing all those
probably
zombies.
one of the
Matter of
more
fact,
easier
the whole team should go over there and kill those zombies, and the tank just hold the bosses here for. It's going to take what, 20 seconds? You'll be alright for 20 seconds.
Alright, so we're doubling up on our
Now the zombies are done, hard mode's done, we can focus on the boss. Now I think it's a time thing, I do not believe it's a damage thing, because I've had it happen once or twice and I've had it happen 3 times.
Dungeon doesn't glitch out.
So after a minute, maybe a minute and a half, how long was it? The bosses will disappear, these bats will spawn, kill the bats. There'll be one giant bat in there. Try and save him for your team, make him a bit easier to kill. And if it happens again next time, there'll be 2 giant bats, and then 3 giant bats, 4 giant bats, 5 giant bats, more. Until by that point your team's going to get overwhelmed and killed by
Sometimes the
bats.
bosses don't respawn.
Because the bosses will come back too. And you'll have like tons of bats, it can be chaotic. But with the DPS that everyone's putting out nowadays, I don't think there'll ever be a problem again. You can see here they're focusing, smashing this guy down. If one boss takes too much damage more than the other boss, he will get a shield. And that shield will mean you only do 50% damage. So you really want your DPS to attack the dude who doesn't have a shield. But I mean, these guys just bully him over
You're
anyway.
supposed to- you
So
want
screw your
DPS
shield,
to
bro.
be the one
One's
that
gonna
doesn't
kill you
have a
anyway.
shield on them.
And that's it. Dungeon complete.
Oh, I forgot.
Don't forget your monster helm and all your little goodies there. And there's our hard mode achievement.
There's our Guild Slayer, which I think is hard.
And there's our completer
Give me one
achievement
reason why I
for
should
completing Wayrest Sewers too.
do what you want.
And our Conqueror for no death.
That was our first run through. So here, this is our number 8 run through. Number 7, I don't know if I count that run through where I came in at the end.
Aline, Bahrain, it's your father.
So
I
once
love
again,
you,
we're going to hit those zombies because they
and
count
I
towards
want
the
to
Zombie
talk to
Slayer
you.
achievement.
It's all right.
And it's just out of habit,
These
and
people
it gets
are
them
here
out of the
to
way,
help
so
you.
if something goes wrong during the fight and someone tries to retreat over that way, they don't get attacked by zombies. Zombies don't come into play at all. Better safe than
Forgive
sorry.
me.
Keep it nice and clean. See again, the bosses always seem to go to the left. We're trying to keep them grouped up. That boss is taking too much damage, so he's got a shield on. So he's only taking half the damage. We're just trying to keep them grouped. A lot of the times this will happen, they're just so determined to kill the guy with the sword. They don't care about the one with the bow. They just want that guy with the sword dead. See someone there triggered the zombies. So we've got zombies and bats. So nice, we've got a good little ad phase going on here. And then we can suck up those zombie corpses, give our DPS all their stamina back, and they'll be fresh and ready to go. Ready to go for the next boss fight. Alright, so grab this one, go down, and we'll grab this one. We just stay here, we're hoping he comes to us, here he comes. Get the bosses grouped up,
Stop toying with
block
my
that heavy
brother
attack.
and try a real challenge.
He's got his shield again, and you see they're in the exact same place they were last time. They just seem to love to run into this corner. Don't forget to, all those things you pick up during this dungeon, add them to your set collection. You never know, even if it's the worst set in the game, you're like, I'll never ever use it, put it in your set collection because you don't know what they're going to do. They change things all the time. Alright, down they go again. And I believe that's our speed run.
Dead, you bastard!
Or was that our speed run?
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you.
I'm not sure. Good job everyone. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you in the next one. Tank description in the link. Peace.